The Eagan Wildcats are back at the Eagan Civic Arena for a second game in a row. Hasn't happened very often this season, but the reality of it is they have a chance to do something they haven't done all season. Todd Schneiderhan. I'm Nathan Cron with Todd Schneiderhan. They have a chance to win 2 games in a row. Todd, the Wildcats tonight are taking on the Apple Valley Burnsville Eagles. What can we expect tonight from these two teams?
I expect another close match like we had down in Apple Valley. That last game, as you may recall, Wildcats lost by 2, but with an empty net goal. They just got out with a late start. There was some penalties going on both teams. We just couldn't get the flow going. We trailed 2-0 after the first period, but we ended up with a comeback that just came a little too late. You know, we might get 2 wins in a row. Hopefully it's another conference victory for the Wildcats here tonight. Certainly a game they feel like they can win, and I would hope they also think they should win.
Well, certainly a conference victory would be helpful to keep them from being stuck at the bottom of the conference, but also, Todd, the section pairings are going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks, and this is a big section game for both of these teams.
Absolutely a statement game for both teams, but a nice rivalry as well.
Wildcats starting off with the Lockenmeyer-Clark Eddie Moore line, the green line here for the Wildcats in white with blue trim. Apple Valley Burnsville Eagles in their yellow uniforms with brown trim. Going for goal tonight for the Eagles is Jackson Gilmore, the senior netminder. And that puck's going to find its way, I think, all the way down for icing. And it will. Wildcats come into this game, as I said, winners of their 2 of their last 3. A chance tonight to win 2 in a row, which is something they have not done all season. It's been a challenging season for Coach Todd Carlson and these Wildcats, but you know, winning 2 in a row is not, at this time of the year, is never a bad thing. And with games coming up on the schedule, they might be able to get 2 or 3 out of the next handful of games.
Yeah, and for a team that's had struggles putting the puck in the back of the net, they've had 4 straight games now with at least 3 goals, so that's a good sign as well.
Senior blue line out there right now. We've got Glide, Goyle, and Gerard. And that has been Gerard with it, 17 here on the near. He finds Goyle in the middle. Check it, that's Gus Glide, one of our senior captains here for the Wildcats. Opportunity slicing in that time on Glide. That was Benolkin. Nicely done. He'll want that back. He was harassed by a defender. Otherwise, he was going to make Glide's life very difficult.
He was trying to go 5-hole, but Glide got the left pad down, sealed the ice. Good first save to start off the game.
Gerard battling in the corner, fires it through the slot, but doesn't find anybody. Come back to center ice, and we're going to have to tag up as the Wildcats were in offsides. Now it's going to be icing. So probably would have been better off trying to touch that and stay offsides rather than allow the defensive zone face-off. But in any event, you see there.
We know we can skate with this team, Nate. We got caught pinching a little bit on D there, so they have the odd man rush. We want to try to avoid that as much as possible tonight, and also clearing the rebounds, I think, is going to be key, or any loose pucks in general around the net.
It's the Cloutier, Hall, Anderson line for the Eagles as that puck gets sent well out to middle center ice. Riley Paulus recently scored his first varsity goal in last game. I think that's, icing's going to be waved off, so Nichols is going to chase. Nichols ends up hard in the corner. Here's a shot. Glide to the rescue. And I think that one's going to go for icing on the other end, but opportunity, a couple of early opportunities for Gabe Glide to make sure those pads are down, and some good early saves. And I think, Todd, it's fair to say that all goaltenders, but especially it seems Glide, if he sees some early shots and settles down and gets locked in, he tends to have a better game.
You really, as a goaltender parent, I've seen it all the time. You want to stay sharp, and you need some action to stay sharp.
Narog with it, turns, spins, gets it back. He's being harassed there by Lockenmeyer.
One way to get involved there as well. Gabe Glide playing the puck behind the net.
Eddie Moore with a big hit. We're going to have a penalty upcoming here on the Eagles as Eddie Moore got absolutely lit up. And I think they're going to call a charge or a rough there on the Eagles. Wildcats still have control of the puck. An opportunity here in front. It's deflected. It's blocked, I should say. And we're going to have Eagle to the penalty box. That's going to be Watson. Watson's going to go for roughing. Watch here as Moore's bringing it up the ice. Watson lines him up. Yeah, it's
high hit there.
Yep, it's a high hit.
Could have been an elbow.
Yep. So a Wildcat power play that has perked up a little bit as of recent vintage, but it's still only at 15% for the year, which is just not going to get it done. But let's see how they move the puck here, if they can put some passes together and create space. Goyle with it. Finds Girard. Gley, Girard.
Apple Valley with a pretty strong penalty kill themselves, so it'll be interesting to see what the Wildcats do.
That penalty kill of over 87%, which is fantastic. Gley in the corner. He's going to get some help from Moore. Moore's going to set up, tries to set up Girard on the far side. Did not come off.
Little surprising too, Nate, with the struggles Apple Valley's had this year, but that's one strength that they've been seeing all year long is that PK.
Nice job there by Lachenmeyer tying up Kreutzmann. Otherwise, there was an opportunity for the Eagles. And right now, the Wildcats just struggling to get some control and get some time in zone. Girard with it's going to bring it across the blue line. He's going to tee up a shot, but it's going to be sort of deflected. I'm not sure he got good wood on that. And we go all the way back down. 35 seconds on the penalty to Watson. The Wildcats have yet to tally a shot on goal in this power play. Clark behind the net, working there with O'Leary. Jensen's going to give chase. Gley sweeps that to the corner.
Real good heads-up play by Gley.
O'Leary with a head of steam finds Nichols. Nichols also with some good speed. Nichols gains the zone.
Eagles, full strength.
Eagles, as you heard public address announcer Nick Johnson saying they are at full strength. So really not much there on that power play. Rather disappointing for the Wildcats. They're not able to get much zone time and even less in terms of a shot on goal. But credit to the Apple Valley Eagles. They took advantage of Wildcat indecision and they were able to get it out of the zone.
Right, yeah, we mentioned their strong penalty kill all year long, but that was a little bit self-inflicted on the Wildcats' part.
There's a great chance by Wells, and that's going to go up into the netting. Wells on the backhand tried to solve Gley, but couldn't. But still another shot on goal, and a worrying trend for the Wildcats when they get down by shots on goal. They tend not to, they stay behind, I'll say it that way. Hopefully the Wildcats are going to turn something up here as the Arndt, Wells line is on for the Eagles, and that's their top line with senior scoring.
Eagles thus far doing a good job preventing quality shots from the Wildcats. As you mentioned earlier, getting their sticks in the way, blocking shots, but also a couple of times we've partially fanned.
Here's Goyle on a 2-on-1. He's got Gley cutting to the middle, ridden by Watson into the corner. Check that was Narog into the corner. Narog, a big sophomore defender for these Eagles. That gets over Isaac Martin, and Gley will cover. Just a reminder that the Wildcats have won 2 of their 3. Their next game on February 7th will be at Lakeville South. That'll be a tough matchup. Should be very entertaining. Next game for these Eagles, they play Farmington on the 7th at home in Apple Valley. Kept in by Lind, fires that on Gley, and Gley wisely smothers that.
I don't have it in front of me, Nate, but I know that they've been trading off the arenas as well. We talked earlier before the game started. They went with the Eagles for their name, but they do share arenas going back and forth as their home ice, as they should.
Yeah, a co-op between Apple Valley and Burnsville for hockey, and indeed for a number of other things, was rather, I shouldn't say confusing, but surprising to a number of old guard Burnsville and Apple Valley grads and community members. But a lot of Coach Chris Sickich told me before the game that a lot of these boys played together in a co-op Bantam team as ninth graders. So there were actually a lot of guys who knew each other. And so there really wasn't a major culture clash between these two sides as they came together. The other thing I think that he told me that he mentioned was they started in April. They started last April, getting into this, and that's a long time to work on team chemistry and team bonding.
Sure, and then they also no doubt had an STP program over the summer, and you've got, the 3 top scorers. 2 of them are from Apple Valley. One of them, Eagan from Burnsville. So they've gotten to know each other real well.
O'Leary battling in there with Nichols. Now that puck's, check it, that's O'Leary. Now O'Leary with it. He's going to get his head up, try to find somebody up the ice. Pass is deflected. Now it's chipped ahead. Paulus might be able to get to this, and I think he is. He does. No icing. Opportunity. That's Grayson Robbins on the ice with Paulus and O'Leary. Part of that third line that Coach Todd Carlson has said will see some different names and different faces and jersey numbers. Here's an opportunity for the Eagles. Gabe Glide with a big save.
Wow, that was a big 3-on-1 there. They turned it into a 2-on-0. Glide looked to perhaps get a piece of the glove on that as the puck ended up off the glass. Really being tested, and as you mentioned earlier, Nate, and it's still the same, goose egg on the shots on goal for the Wildcats thus far.
That's not going to get it done in the South Suburban Conference, indeed, virtually any conference. Can't score if you don't put shots on the net. Wildcats are going to have to work a little bit harder here to try to create some offense, but Mickelson's going to want that one back. He had an opportunity to solve Glide, and again, Glide was equal to the task. There's an opportunity for the Wildcats as they come knifing through. That was Lance Murray coming up from his defensive spot. Now it's a centering pass. It's sent back out to the outside. And so Nichols finally gets a hold of it. Now he's going to try to, go round one defender. Now a puck loose is lost. Now it goes to Clark. There's an opportunity in the corner. Shot on net. That's a save, I think. First shot of the night for the Wildcats. Check it, that's their second. Clark again with it behind the net. Good shift so far for this line. Here's an opportunity at front. Couldn't find Glide. And Murray will recover at center ice.
Wildcats keeping it moving.
Here's an opportunity for Nichols. He's going to see if he can find Gilmore. That was off side netting. Rolled around the cage. We did see the twine get tickled, but unfortunately in the wrong place.
Nichols with a good strong shift. He and Murray both keeping the puck in at the blue line to keep things going. And then Nichols turned the other way to create another opportunity.
Opportunity here for the Eagles. Down in the corner, that was Hachik. There's an opportunity for Wells. Going to look for his teammates. He's got Ranning. Ranning shoots. Blocked that time by Glide. Rebound's going to come out to Sieben. Sieben, one of the top scorers for this team. Oh, there's an opportunity for the Wildcats. Took a little bad puck luck. But Gabe Glide says not a problem and snags it out of the air. And we're scoreless with 7:03 to go.
Glide staying busy, and we don't want him to have to be. But he's solid thus far.
It's a big shot from the high slot. Glide equal to the challenge.
Probably an easier shot than the one he had taken earlier, a quick turnaround shot that he had to catch with a stick.
The more and more of these pile up, the more comfortable Glide is going to get down there in net. And so far, I will say this, so far there have not been too many rebounds given up. And when there have been rebounds, the defense has done a good job so far of smothering them or clearing them out.
Yeah, and that's going to continue to be key tonight.
And Paulus grinding into the corner. He's going to go down deep with Lind. Robbins there. He's going to chip it up the boards. O'Leary's going to give chase. Eagles will come out. Now they got a 3-on-2. What will they do with this 3-on-2? Ranning tries to leave it. Kind of odd off the skate kind of bounce, and it almost worked for Ranning. grinding there in the corner. That puck's going to find its way to the point. Does not get out. Boy, some big pushes and shoves. And I think we're going to have maybe matching minors. As Peyton Jensen, one of the strongest, toughest guys here on this Wildcat team. He doesn't take any guff from anybody. So Jensen's going to go. I cannot believe they're going to take just Jensen. No, they're going to have Robbins go? See if we can pick it up here on the replay. Could not see. I know there's some pushing and shoving. Now, okay, so I think I get Robbins there from a push. Yeah, they must get Robbins from a push from behind.
I think the call is elbowing, but if anything, it might have been a cross-checking.
Yeah, cross-check, yeah, okay, all right. So Robbins is going to go for elbowing with 6:23 to go, and this is a situation where the Wildcats really cannot afford to give the Eagles a lot of extra shifts or a lot of extra offensive zone time.
Minor penalty assessed to the Wildcats. Number 10, Grayson Robbins, 2 minutes for elbowing.
I thought they were going to get Jensen and one of the Eagles for pushing and shoving there at the end, but of course that was not to be.
Yeah, that was pretty close. If anything, it should have been coincidental.
Power play here for the Eagles, clipping along at 23.4%. Power penalty kill for the Wildcats, an anemic 75%. Just not good enough. And offsides, Smahacek was delayed at the blue line. And Benolkin strayed into an offside position. And so the Eagles will reset, as will the Wildcats.
Good block by Murray earlier in that penalty kill in the zone. He paid the price for it though, but shook it off. Looks like it'd be all right. Put some dirt on it, put some ice on it.
The deflection by Clark, break up the initial surge, and now the Eagles find a home in the Wildcat offensive end. And it's a shot for the point, and Carter Ranning lights the lamp.
Looks like we had a screen set up. Perhaps one of the Wildcat defenders, maybe more. Maybe somebody got a piece of it and actually deflected it, but Gley doing all he can to fight through the screen to see it. We'll see it on the replay. It might have been in front. It might have been Jensen, if anybody touched it at all. But I think it was, for the most part, a screen there, Nate.
Yeah, looked like a screen, and it's 1-0 for the Eagles. 5:33 to go here in the first period, and that is not the start that the Wildcats needed, giving up a power play goal.
It's so tough. You love to see blocked shots, but you almost want them to be just a little off center as a defender so that the goaltender has a good vantage point. That shot got nothing but net once it got airborne. Come on, Grayson.
Opportunity for Robbins now on the other end. Finds the crease and gets past, and the net's off. So we're going to have a whistle and a stoppage. Let's see if we can pick up exactly what happened here on this goal. Coming up here on ETV. Great replay here. Ranning's going to shoot. Keep your eye on the low left as it slices in. It might have caught Jensen on the way in, but in any event, it's 1-0.
May have. Sometimes you take a look at just how do they hold their head after that. Like if they're disappointed.
Number 18, Carter Ranning.
Sometimes they hang their head a little bit, just saying, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe the luck." Might have been clean though.
At 11:27 of the first.
And Narog and Lutz are going to get the assists on Ranning's goal. So Ranning's goal gives the Eagles a 1-0 lead. Martin takes a shot there. A couple of shots there on both guys, and we're going to have icing here against the Wildcats. Wildcats really need somebody to step up right now and be a leader, create offense, create a play, a good clean hit, something that's going to get people going, get the momentum back in their favor. Eagles, on the other hand, their job is to keep doing what they've been doing.
Yeah, we just haven't gotten anything going in the offensive zone, except for maybe that one series earlier. Had a couple opportunities. Grayson with a nice steal before, turnover with a backhand opportunity, but nothing really sustained, Nate.
It's an opportunity down the side. That's Schreiber. So Schreiber out there with Gley and Goyle. Schreiber, nice cross ice pass to Glei. Glei tries to snap one off. Good defense that time by the Eagles. Goyle, though, comes up with it, feeds the point. His opportunity for Murray. Murray almost loses it off his stick. Now he loses it off his stick. And it's 3-on-2 the other way as Ranning comes up with Arndt. He fires wide.
Got good wood on that one. Didn't miss by much.
Goyle over to Glei one more time. We'll see if the Wildcats can get this right. Referee is in the way. He is definitely in harm's way there. In any event, we will get to the other side of the ice. Wildcats.
A couple of good crisp passes on this shift. It hasn't turned into much. So they just, once they get it into the zone, they're just not able to keep anything sustained as far as pressure goes.
Lockenmeyer, Moore, and Clark, your offensive players out there. We've got Ori. Oh, here's Lind in the slot. Glei was well out of his net. Boy, he really cut down those angles.
Keaton Ori really feeling that one. Looked like it might have just got the knee in just the wrong way.
Clark with a spin. He's got Moore on his left. Clark puts it on net. There's a rebound. Opportunity. Gilmore spilled it. He gets it back. I thought for sure he had that solid, but Gilmore spilled it, and Eddie Moore almost had an opportunity.
Yeah, it looked like instead of catching it, he had it trapped on top of the waffle with his catching glove, and he thought he had it, and dropped down.
In tonight's edition of the Little Chippers.
I want to remind you, ladies and gentlemen who are watching, we will have Little Chippers between the first and second period, so stick around. We have the two teams from the Eagan Youth Hockey Association are going to be playing at the first intermission. So like I said, if you're grandma and grandpa, or if your aunt and uncle, you're not here, and the opportunity for Nichols slides forward, almost Robbins with almost a rebound. As O'Leary battles there on the near boards.
Really like that shot that Nichols took to create a rebound opportunity.
Good job by Glei gloving that, and he'll reset and give the Wildcats an opportunity to catch their breath.
Well, we're starting to get a bit of a wake-up call, I think, Nate.
It's chipped by the Wildcats down deep. I think that's going to go for icing again, and it will. So we'll reload it, do it all over again. Last meeting, as you said, Todd, between these two teams, December 20th of 22. Earlier this season, 5-3 win for the Eagles down in Apple Valley. So a close game. Wildcats, though, averaging only 2.55 goals per game, and so anytime you're scoring less than 3 goals a game on average, you're going to struggle to be successful. There's an opportunity by Glei. Great effort by Glei, trying to get down. Are they going to call it? Ice the puck. Okay, I couldn't tell if they were icing the puck or if there was a icing call there.
Good also by Glei going after that, trying to get around his man, but good defensive work as well. Last game, we got to see Ben Gerard taking the draw here. He actually had a 5-minute major end misconduct in that game. Game misconduct for grabbing the face mask, if you recall. So it got pretty chippy.
Glei spills a rebound. Good save. It spilled a rebound. Murray and Nichols are your defensive pairing. They're going to do what they can to sweep this away.
Yeah, good awareness by Nichols to do just what we talked about.
Wells going to send that forward. Gerard's going to chase. In the corner was Davis. He chips it forward. Now he's got a big collision there in the end. Boards. Ori getting chase. Game's really gotten a little ragged right now, and it's not to the Wildcats' benefit. So here's an opportunity for the Eagles. And it slides through the crease and nobody touches it. And here's Lockenmeyer. He's bringing it up the ice on the side. He's got Goyle to the middle. Shot on Gilmore. That might have been going up and over the pipe, but excuse me, the crossbar. But Gilmore was not going to take any chances with Lockenmeyer's wrister.
They're pretty close. He dropped down, reach up just to make sure he grabbed it. Dangerous play in front of the Wildcats net a few plays ago. 2 Eagles whiffing
man in the first period,
with a puck going through the slot.
Ori with an opportunity. It's stolen away from him. Collision on the near boards. Now Martin's going to give chase with Wells. Arndt in the corner. Ori wins that one, gets it back. It's flipped out that time by the Wildcats. They're going to wave off icing here as Lind is able to get back to it. Lind, one of the 4 captains for this Eagles team. Randy's going to have it poked away by Ori. Nice hit there by Lockenmeyer. Puck's going to squirt by Lind at the point. Clark's going to give chase. Less than 20 seconds to go. See if the Wildcats can create at least a late scoring opportunity. There's Lockenmeyer using his big body. Feeds Clark. Now Nichols. And I think that's going to get out of the zone. And as time ticks down, I think we're going to head to the first intermission. Kind of an uneven start for the Wildcats, and certainly giving away an early goal in this period. Not super helpful, but they have come back and played better as the period wore on. Stick around for Little Chippers as the Wildcats will line the blue lines, bring the Little Chippers out. We'll take a quick break while the Little Chippers get on the ice, and we'll be right back. Well, the Wildcats trail 1-0 here in the first intermission, and as is often the case, we've got an opportunity to look at the future of Wildcat hockey. As we've got I believe these are the U6. These are the these are the U6 mites, mini mites, and we have the Wild, and I believe it's the Rangers in white and blue.
I'm trying to figure that out myself, Nate. Could it be the Jets? It looks like it could be Jets colors.
You know what? Let's say the Jets. I think they're the Jets. A little easier on the green and white with the red trim. Great opportunities here. You just watch. You can see when the shot comes up. You'll be able to see the parents on the other bench taking lots of pictures and lots of video. And one of the things that we're so proud of here at Eagan is the opportunity to do this. And of course, the varsity players are not back in the locker room. They're out here watching the Little Chippers play. Big opportunity and a shot and goal on the far end. Don't tell her she's not excited. I think that's a her. And if your eyes are deceiving you, yes, we have two pucks going, because we're looking for action for the Little Chippers. Hansen, Torborg, Uset, Barcinelli, Werner.
And I think I figured it out here. I've connected some of the names. It is in fact the Lightning going against the Wild.
Okay, yep. The Lightning. There's Whalen with it. Puck stolen away by Hansen. Johnson, Werner. Another Werner. Must be a couple of Werners on that crew.
Yeah. We got Frankie Werner down there, and I believe thought I saw a coach's name Werner as well. No, it's Coach Schrader, and I saw Schrader on the ice. We got a Warney or Warren if he is silent, and a Werner, so a couple similar names there. And we got a breakaway.
A big breakaway and a big miss to the side. Gorman tracks down the rebound, fires it into the back or side of the net. But I will say I've heard parents from other teams always wonder why the Eagan boys do this. And to be honest with you, I love it. I absolutely love it how the varsity team is out here supporting these guys. And afterwards they'll line up and shake hands and touch gloves and things like that. And it's
I would almost ask
fantastic.
right back. Yeah, absolutely. I would almost ask back why aren't more teams doing it? Why aren't more teams doing it? And there's just smiles on the faces, and look at the parents. There's not a frown on that bench either, holding up the camera phones.
About a minute and a half to go here in this little chipper match, this little chipper set two.
Whalen with a breakaway. Oh, what a play down at the other end.
That is great defense by Hansen.
Here comes Ayers. Gets her his own man. Shot wide. Backhand, though. Uh-oh. We might have had an own goal there.
Well, O'Connell scored on this end for the Wild. Looks like he's going to try again. Come on, O'Connell. Nope. It's not going to happen that time. We're all going to fall on the ice now.
So well, if it wasn't an own goal on the other end, then it almost was an own goal. So I believe Lightning is shooting at that end, but we almost had a Wild player scoring. 10 years from now, they'll just remember they scored a goal.
Well, they will remember, although I will say with the fabulous archive that ETV has on the YouTube channel, I wouldn't be shocked if some of these kids are looking back in 10 years saying, hey, I want to see what I looked like when I was a U6 mini-mite. It's a reminder to everybody at home to make sure you subscribe to ETV's YouTube channel. There's tons of content there, all sorts of sports as well as community events, art and music performances, as well as public meetings and other types of community announcements. And the Little Chippers are done. And so they're going to skate to the north end of the rink. And the Wildcat boys varsity team will line up for them. And as I've said, I think I've said with Mike Cook before, Todd, this is one of my favorite parts of this whole thing, to watch these little guys skate out amongst the big trees that are the varsity team.
You know, when you're that age, you see these kids, they look like grown men to you. And by the time you get near that age, you think, wow, I guess I'm still just a kid. But man, when they're that age, the Little Chippers age, these are grown-ups, these are heroes, these are stars. And what a thrill for them.
Well, the Zamboni's going to come out and clean the ice as the Eagan Wildcats skate down to their end, grab their helmets, and head to the locker room to let Coach Todd Carlson talk to them and coach them up for the second period. So we're going to step aside here on ETV. We'll take a break, be back in about 10 or 15 minutes with second period action between the Eagles and the Wildcats here on ETV.
I do have a dog. Her name is Maya. She's a super energetic boxer. But at the fire station, we have Sparky. Sparky's used for our fire prevention events. He'll teach you how to stay safe. Thanks, Sparky.
How do wildfires start?
Wildfires normally start when the weather's hot and dry. Wildfires can start for various reasons. Some of them are natural, like a lightning strike. Sometimes in Eagan, we have wildfires start from trains causing a spark and hitting dry grass. Unfortunately, most of the time wildfires are caused by humans, and that's from leaving a campfire improperly attended or from somebody throwing something out of a car window. Some of the stuff we use to put out wildfire are our brush truck, our brush brooms, and our brush water packs that we can actually carry around into deep areas and spray the wildfires and put them out.
I built programming for kids to learn about design and incorporate things like Lego parts in their building and design projects. Fast forward to today, it's 17 years later. We have a wonderful partnership with the Lego store at the Mall of America. We have a partnership with the University of Minnesota's Architecture and Design School. We've also partnered with the Eagan Foundation to create projects like this right here.
I got a phone call from Brian Kelly with Young Lego Builders and Designers about 2 years ago, and he was looking to do some Lego programming in Eagan. His model didn't quite fit in with our community grants program, but we talked and we figured out a way that we could help buy Legos, and then Brian could find other support for the rest of the programming.
It's important for me to work with youth because I really want to see them excel in the future. I think teaching and building career exploration around youth is vital. It's vital to the future of our country. It's vital to the future of our world.
Programs that work with youth are important for so many different reasons. To connect young people with other youth that they might not go to school with. Brian is working with Artworks. I think they might be displaying this beautiful piece of art that these kiddos are created. So we're really excited to partner with Brian on this.
How far does the water shoot out of the hose?
That's a great question. How far we can spray the water depends on a few things. The size of the hose that we're using, the nozzle, and the pressure that we're pushing the water out the hose. We also have nozzles that are attached to the fire truck and our top of our 100-foot ladder, so we're able to spray water really far and really high. The hand line, the hose line that you see us holding in our hands, can spray easily to the top of your house and even over the house.
How many fires have you put out in a year?
Luckily, in Eagan, we don't have too many fires because of people like you learning about fire prevention and how to be safe. So we only have about 5 to 7 house fires a year. However, we also respond to other fires like dumpster fires, car fires, and brush fires, which can be about 80 a year. On top of our fire calls, we're responding to medical calls, as we're all EMTs too. So we're responding to every medical call within the city.
Yeah. You got it.
Welcome back from Eagan Civic Center Arena, where the Apple Valley Burnsville Eagles lead the Wildcats 1-0. Say, Eagan Television is hiring. We're looking for video professionals who love communicating, live TV, and doing it all on a deadline. As a production crew member, you'll be part of a team creating live broadcasts of high school sports, city meetings, and other community events. You'll also shoot, write, and edit videos for our cable channels and social media. For more information, just visit cityofeagan.com/jobs to learn more and apply. 1-0 is our score after the first intermission. Nate Cron, we talked about it off air. This game is still for the taking.
Yeah, it's right there for the Wildcats. Wildcats started the game a little sketchy, a little not quite playing in form where they needed to be. Giving up chances like that. Fortunately, Gabe Glide playing pretty well right now. As you'll see, a lot of these opportunities, a lot of offensive opportunities for the Eagles in our highlight package. You see Ranning's shot there. Woofing up the Wildcat student section. That's always a dangerous thing to do. But in any event, Wildcats did, as the period wore on, Todd, they got into the game, had more opportunities. And we saw some great action between periods with the Little Chippers as well, between the Lightning and the Wild. I particularly love several of those Little Chippers. They had to touch everybody's glove. They couldn't miss a single guy out there.
It's a big thrill, like being mini celebrities. The Chippers being the mini celebrities. But yeah, shots on goal are lopsided, but as you said, it was turning the tide a little bit. The Wildcats just need to do a little bit more, get more quality opportunities in the offensive zone, and start off right away. Next goal is very important.
You're absolutely right, Todd. The next goal is really going to tell us something about these Wildcats. Are they going to be able to get one and even up this game and really make it, make Apple Valley start asking questions of itself, or are the Eagles going to pile on in another goal and really put the Wildcats behind it? Because the Wildcats this year, with their goals, the goals they've scored, they haven't scored too many, and they have certainly not come back being down multiple goals. They've only done it once, even to try to tie a game, and ended up losing that game later down the line. So big opportunity here for the Eagles. Big need for the Wildcats to stand tall. Intercepted there by, check it, I missed the name. I think it was Ranning. And Ranning fires, and it's going to end up in Glide's chest protector.
Tried to catch Glide off guard maybe early in the period with a hard slap shot, but Glide had a good seam, good vision, trapped it up against the chest.
Arndt, Wells, and Ranning out there for the Eagles, with Sieben and Lind at your defensive pairing. For the Wildcats, an opportunity that's going to get deflected far into the far corner. You've got Glide, Goyle, and Gerard. Big stretch pass there for Gerard. Gerard with it. Opportunity. Was looking to the middle, but Goyle had closed the distance. Now Goyle with it again. He's going to have an opportunity. Fouls across for Gerard. Gerard wasn't in a position to be able to shoot. Two opportunities for the Wildcats go begging. It is 5-on-5. That time Gerard just took too long with the puck. Ori now recovers.
A couple pass attempts there, that just not having the meeting of the minds there.
Yeah, they were great passes. They just did not connect. And for the Wildcats to climb back into this game, those are the kinds of passing attempts they're going to have to start working. Glide almost had it. And it's squirted down. I believe we're going to have icing. Yes, we are going to have icing on the Wildcats. A real danger at the other end of the ice as Glide was really battling, really struggling there with a lot of traffic in front of him to get that away from the blue paint.
Glide, a very proactive goaltender, so very important when that puck squares free for the defense to clear it.
Clark with it. He's going to break. It's going to be poked off his stick by Nayrog. Murray's going to give chase into the corner. Opportunity for Moore. He's going to set up shop, see what he can do. He's going to chip it back behind the net. Opportunity for Lockenmeyer. Lockenmeyer to the point. Nichols from the point, slides it through, but it doesn't find anyone. Murray pitching it again. Loses it, gets it back, fires it towards net. Opportunity here for the Wildcats as Nichols has a chance, a give and go opportunity. A little bit of excitement here for the Wildcat fans in the corner. This is a high energy shift there by Eddie Moore, and that's going to go for icing against the Eagles.
Saw early in that shift, Moore looking behind the net, waiting to try to find someone to pass to, but all 5 Apple Valley Eagles were hovering around that net. They were playing there throughout much of that shift, playing very stingy defense.
Good team defense that time by the Eagles. As you said, Todd, it's going to be something that the Wildcats are going to have to figure out a way to break down as Hudson Kerr tries to snap one towards Gilmore, and that's going to go all the way down.
Might take a shot like that and a rebound. Like Hudson putting it on net there, creating a rebound opportunity.
Paulus, Kerr, and O'Leary out there for the Wildcats with Martin and Ori at the defense. Cloutier there takes the face-off against O'Leary. One by the Wildcats. Slit. Oh, it's in the net! How do you do, Riley Paulus? He slams that one home, or should I say, slides that one home, and the Wildcats are on level terms.
Well, when it rains it pours, Riley Paulus with varsity goal number 2. I think he caught the goaltender Jackson Gilmore. I caught him a little bit surprised. He didn't get much on the shot, but he wasn't square to the shooter, and he wasn't really very far out of the net like you would expect on a face-off. He's back in the net there, and he just couldn't get it with the left leg.
Yeah, he was sitting back. I don't think that, I agree with you, Todd. I don't think he had any belief that Paulus was going to put that on net or even close to net. So Riley Paulus scoring for the Wildcats here early in the second period as Glai again has to slam the door on a hard shot from the Eagles.
Unfortunately, that ever important next goal does go to the Wildcats, and let's see if that puts a jump in their step.
Glai giving chase. Now Goyle with it. Goyle finds Nichols. That hops up nicely over Glai's stick, but he did that intentionally to try to free Gerard. Now Gerard with it. He's in the slot. He's an opportunity. Sends it towards Gilmore. Gilmore says, not today. Parries that aside. And we play on.
Scoring for the Wildcats, number 7, Riley Paulus. Assisted by Kevin O'Leary, number 4, Hudson Kerr. Paulus from O'Leary and Kerr at 2:32.
So it's going to be Riley Paulus from Hudson Kerr. The snapper. Oh, here's an opportunity for the Eagles. Going the other way. It's Mickelson. He's going to get tied up. Oh, he's going to get tied up there by the Wildcats. So we're going to have a penalty against the Wildcats. And a penalty shot is going to be awarded.
I'll have to watch the replay. I didn't know how much of him he got. Probably a hook, would you say? But I guess we'll see.
No.
A slash maybe on
maybe
Ori?
a slash. That was Ranning. Excuse me. I could not tell who it was.
Maybe a slash on called on Ori. It certainly
Ranning's
wasn't
going to have a
hook.
chance here to get the. Yeah, but Todd, I got to tell you, I didn't see much of a penalty there. I thought that was some pretty good defense.
It was a stick check.
Absolutely stick
Maybe
check.
a tad aggressive, but certainly not a slash. At first I thought it was a hook from the other side that I didn't see.
Yep.
But
there was no hook, maybe a slash. But in any event, we are where we are. Ranning's going to have an opportunity against Glai. Ranning already with 1 goal in this game. Glai aggressive out. And Ranning steers it into the net for his second of the game.
watch it again here. Certainly taking his time, and a long pause before he got off the backhand.
Nicely done by Ranning. Frustration for that man, Todd Carlson, because he does not speak to the referees very often, but when he does, I think he's got a point.
Assessed to the Wildcats, number 12, Isaac Martin, 2 minutes for slash.
See how the Wildcats responded. You know, when you tied it up, I was curious how the Eagles would respond now that they no longer had a lead to protect, but now they've got that lead right back.
Lockenmeyer battling in the corner, looking for more. Here's an opportunity, right in front, and A.J. Clark buries it for the Wildcats.
And I think he caught Gilmore surprised, just like Paulus did before, but this time he got him with a good hard low shot, got him 5-hole. And we tied it up just like that.
The question was, how are the Wildcats going to react, Todd? And the answer is A.J. Clark.
So
great work
so
there by
soon
Lockenmeyer.
after that good pass work. And A.J. maybe didn't get as much as I thought originally. I think Moore got a piece of that for an assist.
Yep. Opportunity coming the other way. Boy, the game's really opened up now, hasn't it? So Lockenmeyer and Moore are going to get the assists on Clark's goal. And we are knotted up at 2 goals apiece. A.J. Clark, boy, that's, you know, you're right, Todd. The second goal that Gilmore's given up, where you wonder if he was really expecting that puck to come towards him.
No, exactly. And I think I may have miscalled it before. Moore getting one of the assists, but A.J. Clark with the goal, and yeah, it just caught him off guard. He did, even on that one, A.J. didn't get 100% of it, but he got plenty on it and just got him in the 5-hole. And again, the goaltender not out very far into the crease. The depth just staying back by the line a bit.
And the Wildcats are going to go for interference here. Going to go for interference as temperatures are certainly rising. And that's Christian Nichols is going to go for interference here at 11:32 to go. Now watch here, Nichols is number 6 there on the left side of your screen. Absolutely, he's within a stick's length of the puck.
I think the official ruled the other player was still in possession of it, but by that time the puck had moved. So
I don't understand that one.
Penalty has been assessed to the Wildcats. Number 6, Christian Nichols, 2 minutes for interference.
That's the only thing I can take from that and what he saw.
2 minutes for interference at 5:28.
Well, and again, we're the ETV crew, so we obviously have kind of a semi-rooting interest here. But and the referees are doing, look, they're doing the best they can, and we have the benefit of slow motion replay, but I'm not sure if you're within playing distance of the puck and it's shoulder to shoulder. I just don't know how in a 2-2 hockey game you call that, but I'm not sure it's a penalty. But in any event, we play on. Penalty killers are Murray, Clark, Goyle, and who has the puck now. He's got Gerard. Here's a 2-on-1. Goyle's going to snap it towards Gilmore. Puck's going to come across. It's going to find Ori. Ori almost cross crease to Goyle. Goyle's going to send that out towards Gilmore's crease, but going to be claimed there by the Eagles. As Jensen gets ridden down. So the Wildcats have another 45 seconds of penalty time to kill off here. Gerard, Goyle, Ori, and
dangerous deflection off the back glass. Looked like Ori down there helping make sure it stayed out.
Little battle there in front between Jensen and one of the captains. I don't know if that's Arndt or Ranning. Puck's going to drift up over the. Oh, nice save that time by Glai. And Mahachik complaining that he got hit in the face, but not quite sure what he's complaining about.
See if we can catch maybe just an incidental stick.
Yeah, maybe. He got pushed from behind, and I get why you'd be upset about being cross-checked from behind. Less curious. I'm a little more curious about why he's claiming he got hit in the head. But in any event, we play on.
Game started to open up, then it started getting more physical. The building is hopping. It's buzzing in here. Everything's heating up.
Eagan, full strength.
Eagan back to full strength as the Hatfield-Mickelson-Machik line is now out on the ice, although Machik did step to the bench. Kreutzmann's going to send that in, find Murray. Murray's going to try to flip that out, but it's turned over right in the middle of the slot. That rings off the crossbar. And Gabe Gley is saying, thank you, crossbar.
Good hard shot. He was picking that corner, just got a little bit too much lift on it.
Lance Murray's got to do a better job of making sure that clearance gets out, because he absolutely set that one up on a tee.
Yeah,
I think that was Fisher Hatfield.
The location was dangerous, and he didn't get much on it either, so it was a pretty easy block right there with a hand.
Yeah, it's Fisher Hatfield. Well, look at this. Rings off the crossbar. And the Wildcats are fortunate to be still at 2-2. I will say this, Todd, the Wildcats keep putting shots on Gilmore. So far, when they've put shots on him, they've been successful. I wonder if that changes their mentality in terms of how quickly they're going to try to make shots or take shots in the offensive end. Instead of trying to set things up or look for the perfect shot, maybe, given that they've solved Gilmore twice now on shots that are relatively innocuous, I wouldn't say innocuous, but not the hardest, toughest goals ever given up by a goalie, maybe they start shooting a little earlier in that sequence.
Sure, and then looking for, the old adage, it's not always true, that any shot on goal is a good shot taken. But really looking for opportunities, whether it's a hard shot, maybe rebounds, maybe loose pucks. Here's a wraparound potential, this kind of thing, just to keep the puck moving and give yourself more chances, maybe a little puck luck.
Wildcats kind of have to get out of their own way here. Now it's going to be flipped out. An opportunity for Lockenmeyer. Gilmore's going to come out and play it. Lockenmeyer doing a nice job of not colliding with Gilmore. Crossing into Lockenmeyer, could not quite get his stick on it. Finds Nichols. Nichols snaps one off from the point, and it's in! Christian Nichols buries it. I don't know, maybe it may have been tipped. We'll have to wait for the replay. But Christian Nichols from the point, and I think
Moore got it. I think Moore.
Maybe Eddie Moore's going to get a tip there. We'll have to see.
He's leading the line, the celebration line, and I think you're going to see right here. There it is.
Absolutely, that was Eddie Moore all the way.
Textbook.
So Christian Nichols with the assist, Eddie Moore with the goal, and it's 3-2 to the Wildcats.
Scored for Wildcats, number 14, Eddie Moore.
Eddie Moore, one of the big grinders on this Wildcat team, one of the best defensive players in terms of effort and grit, but able to contribute offensively, which is just huge for these Wildcats. And that puck's going to be sent into the rafters, so we'll have a neutral zone face-off. And now the Wildcats find themselves in the position of being in the catbird seat, and they've got a lead and an opportunity. They've played very well here in this second period.
They sure have, and they've they were victimized by a penalty shot goal, but they didn't let that bring them down at all. They took the momentum right back.
Now I'm going to give Gilmore some credit. That was a nasty deflection off of Moore's stick, as it got offsides here against the Eagles. Machik had strayed across the blue line, but that goal from Moore was quite the deflection. I'm gonna say that would have been tough for just about any goalie to save.
Yeah, that is just by design. That's what you do. You know, the first two goals by the Wildcats, we talked about them maybe being caught a little off guard, but that one, there's nothing you can really do. Shot is not even on target, hard shot, but the deflection perfectly placed. Really can't do anything.
Paulus deep on the forecheck. Now Robbins. Jensen lays a big body across. That slid all the way over, but no Wildcats there for that one. Ben Olkin giving chase, but it's going to go for icing. The Wildcats now have a real opportunity, Todd. If they can somehow get another goal here, they're going to find themselves as they were against Duluth Marshall with a multiple goal lead. And at that point, who knows what happens.
We've only seen it a couple of times this year for the Wildcats, having that multiple goal lead.
Moore firing it in. Here's a rebound. Here, a couple of opportunities. Little less puck luck there for the Wildcats. But nice shot by Moore as A.J. Clark absolutely dumped in front of the net. Clark's hunting now. He's got to watch out, otherwise he's going to end up in the penalty box. And the Eagles try to break out, but Eagan fans, I think probably as Wells brings it through for the Eagles, Eagan fans pretty frustrated by that.
Yeah, like you were talking before, questioning the earlier interference call that went against Christian Nichols. Okay, if that is interference, then I think we just saw another case here, and consistency is what I think the fans want.
Opportunity for Nichols. Speaking of, he slices in. He's got Gus Glide, and Gus Glide buries it. Oh, Augustus, nice job, buddy. Christian Nichols, what a setup. And it's 4-2 to the Wildcats.
Gus Glide with his third goal of the year did not make a mistake, but Christian Nichols, he's just a sophomore, but we saw all last year in Bantams how well he can pass the puck tape to tape so often. In that one, he had patience and accuracy on the pass. It was just perfect.
And we're going to have a timeout for the Eagles. As Chris Sikic is going to say, wait a minute, I got to calm everybody down here. We've given up 4 goals in the second period.
It's number 27, Gus Glide. Single assist number 6, Christian Nichols.
Nichols is going to get the only helper on Glide's goal. And I have to tell you, Todd, as Glide set up to that shot, as we saw that breaking and setting up, I was worried that Glide was going to say, this net is so big that I'm going to get nervous and miss it. He hit that. He didn't tap that puck in. He slammed that puck in.
No, he buried it, and he got it airborne just enough so the goaltender couldn't slide the stick across and get a piece of it, but not so much that he was trying to get fancy and go top shelf or anything crazy like that.
Let's take a look at the replay here from our crack ETV crew. Here's Nichols bringing it across.
Make sure
going to
you
fire
get
it to
your
the left
puck
side
for
of the screen. And Gus Glide leaves no doubt. Nicely done.
What you want to do as a goaltender there is slide over, but I don't think he got his right skate dug in enough, and he ended up just having to reach in desperation. And as you said, Gus Glide made sure he was careful but assertive with his shot, hitting the twine hard right in the center.
Well, Nichols did a nice job with that puck, putting it in a place where Glide could do something with it. It wasn't too close to Gilmore, where Gilmore's going to be able to poke it away. And now the Wildcats, during that timeout, I don't know if you couldn't see it on the TV, but Wildcats' body language is really, really good right now. Another opportunity for the Wildcats as shots have now gone 15-9. And I think that, that was going to be out. That came across the blue line, so we're going to have offsides. So Isaac Barton just could not knock that one down. But the body language for these Wildcats at that timeout, you could hear them screaming all the way up here, even with our headphones on. They are excited.
And the student section as well. And again, this team's had a penalty shot goal against them this period. You would never guess it.
Puck gets flipped well deep into the Eagan end. Here's Isaac Martin with it. It's going to take it behind his net. Mahachik is going to try now. Big turnover there. Turned over by the Wildcats. Again, not making the fundamental easy play. In any event, that puck's going to find its way behind the cage. Mahachik with it again. He tries to feed the slot. Tries to go to Goyle. Check it, that was Clark. Now it comes for Lockenmeyer, and the Wildcats have a 3-on-2. Lockenmeyer takes it wide. He's got Moore and Clark in the middle. Lockenmeyer slides it in, leaves it in the blue crease. Clark unable to come up with it, and now got Mahachik coming the other way with Sieben. The defenseman jumping into it. Player left his feet that time to hit Eddie Moore. It's the second time that Eddie Moore's been lit up like that. At some point, you expect Eddie Moore's not going to put up with that foolishness anymore. Murray around the cage. He's got a head of steam. He's going all the way. Look at Lance Murray. Snaps it towards Gilmore. Gilmore able to stop it. Here's an opportunity, and they score! Lance Murray did not give up. He got his own rebound and slams it home. It's 5-2 Wildcats.
So important for him to stay with that shot. Gilmore got it with the first shot with his left pad. It did not go the other way. It must have hit his toe. And if it's that little corner of the toe of the pad, you don't get the rebound you want as a goalie. So yeah, it stayed right out in front. The second effort, and Murray buries it.
Well, the Eagle defense letting down Gilmore there, as there were 4 defenders around, but not one of them could get a stick on that for Murray. 3-goal lead now for the Wildcats. And I don't think the Wildcats have had a 3-goal lead all season, Todd Schneiderhan.
Not in conference play.
I suppose that's right. They did beat Mankato 5-1 this year's. Some real digging there against Gilmore. Nice pile up, and we're going to see some pushing and shoving. And we're going to have multiple penalties now.
And we've got punches thrown there too.
Absolutely, we've got punches thrown.
Sam Arndt, he's got to watch himself. He might get a good 5 minutes for that. He clearly threw punches there, and they need his scoring ability to get back in this game.
Absolutely, they cannot afford to lose him, and the referees have got to call a penalty there. And I think are they going to get matching minors here? I think they're going to get matching minors. I get that, or we're going to have 2 penalties. Yeah, okay, that's it. Matching minors, but we're going to have an extra 2-minute minor on Arndt.
Yeah, I would hope we'd get a power play out of this, because we were just playing to the whistle, not doing anything, doing anything unnecessary on Gilmore as he was trying to cover up the rebound, and then you could see clearly Arndt was after the whistle throwing some punches.
So we're going to see some great camera work here as that puck gets down deep. There's
right there
Davis.
And he pulled the helmet off. Now, you know, the last game against these two, Ben Gerard got a misconduct for grabbing the face mask and pulling off the helmet. And that's what seems to have happened on this play. And that was Arndt. He ripped off Goyle's helmet. And I'm curious to see what they're going to call with that.
Well, I'm not sure how you get by without. I think there needs to be some. Well, I'll say it this way: the referees have a job to do, and they've got to keep control of the game. And if I have to say that if the player did that in a vacuum, I would say that might be a 2 and a 10, or maybe I don't know, but maybe a game misconduct if I see punches thrown. And I did see punches. We saw it on the replay. We saw some punches by Arndt. It looks like he's just going to get away with a 2-minute minor. And if so, he's going to be pretty lucky.
I would say he'd have to consider himself very lucky to get away with only 2 minutes out of that. And you're right. In a vacuum, it's a little more flagrant, a little more obvious here. There's a whole bunch of things happening down there. Everybody swinging and hitting and grabbing and all that. But it did stand out, the punches and the fact that he ripped the helmet off.
I think we're going to have. Trying to figure out exactly what's going on here as the Wildcats break their huddle. Now the referees have blown the whistle to bring everybody to the face-off circle. Wildcats will have a 2-minute power play with 3:49 to go here in the second period. A period that has seen them score 5 goals. Nichols, Murray, now Ori. Ori snaps it in on Gilmore. Here's a rebound. Opportunity. Clark in front. Can't come up with it. Nichols fires it across. He's not wasting any time whatsoever. Ori's going to circle.
To the Eagles, number 2.
Lay it down deep.
2 minutes for
tries the backhand on Gilmore.
Sam Arndt,
it was up
2
over the
minutes for
cage.
cross-checking. Time of the penalties, 13-11 of the second.
O'Leary with it. Sends over for Clark. O'Leary, Clark. Back to O'Leary. Did not come off. And the Eagles will clear. Opportunity here for the Wildcats if they hurry. And they do, but they do lose control of the puck. So speed, or I should say haste, made waste there. The Wildcats were not able to control the puck as they came through that zone.
No, unfortunate too, because Gabe Bly alertly passed it all the way down to the blue line, seeing the opportunity.
O'Leary across. Good big shot. Nice save by Gilmore. I think he set that one aside. Might have been wide. Nichols in the far corner. He's going to find O'Leary down deep. Clark, and it's going to be smothered by Gilmore. Nicely done. Words being exchanged, and you imagine, especially if the Wildcats, have to say, if the Wildcats get another goal here on this power play, it might get really ugly out there on the ice because the Eagles are going to get real frustrated.
Once again, the Wildcats almost beat Gilmore to that lower left pad side as he was really close to the goal line. I don't know if that's a thing or if that's a trend or what, but the Wildcats have successfully scored in that part of the net tonight and almost did again.
Goyle with it behind his net. He's going to bring it up. Finds Paulus. Riley Paulus, who netted his second goal here tonight. There's Lockenmeyer sneaking in on Gilmore. Here's an opportunity and a rebound. And as Lockenmeyer, Moore, and Paulus are your forwards. Well, it's a power play, so actually you've got 4 forwards on the ice right now for the Wildcats. Gavin Goyle playing at the point. Checking, you've actually got 5 forwards on the ice right now. No defenseman on the ice right now. Paulus from the point. Oh, deflection in front. That's going to result in a deep face-off for the Wildcats, but 5, I have not seen that very often in hockey, having 5 forwards on your power play unit.
No, indeed, really trying to put on the pressure here, adding insult to injury. Hopefully, Eddie Moore down there low looking for another tip-in goal. Just, it was either him or another Wildcat. We had 2 of us down there below, tipping it out of play. Robbins now almost.
Big shot from Murray at the point. Eagles are at full strength. There is an Eagle behind the play. Murray at the point. Sends it in on Gilmore. Opportunity for Nichols. It's going to be knocked up in the air. One Eagle goes sprawling. It's going to get chipped ahead. But Hatfield. It's poked away there by Murray. Let's see if the Wildcats can finish this period strong, finish it clean. 4 unanswered goals by the Wildcats, but here's Mahacek. And a good poke check that time by Kerr to get that out.
1 minute.
Robbins, Kerr, and O'Leary are your forwards. Nichols and Murray are your defensemen.
I've seen Robbins and Kerr earlier in the year playing together on some lines in the junior varsity, but I don't recall seeing them playing together on the varsity shift.
The Eagles doing what they can to try to get it in. Here's Lockenmeyer. He's going to feed Robbins. Robbins is racing up the side. It's a 3-on-2. Robbins snaps it off. It goes up and over Gilmore. Got a piece of Gilmore that time. Nice solid hit there by Ori at the mid-center ice area. Eagles chip that in with about 18 seconds to go. Somebody going for a big hit on Murray whiff. Murray's going to battle with it again. There's an opportunity in front. Glide's going to slay on it.
It got loose, but he had that left pad out to keep it from going to the back of the net. Got that ice sealed.
Smartly done. And Todd, look at those shots on goal. Look at those shots on goal.
What a change, you know.
I mean, what an incredible change.
You're the one who said to me in the intermission, it's ours for the taking. And boy, did we take, despite the penalty shot. Everything else has been all Wildcats this period.
Well, they've got 7.3 seconds to see this through, and I'm sure they'll be happy just to get into the locker room with a 3-goal lead. So Ori's going to pitchfork that around. And it's going to find, the crease again. And a little late shot there by the Eagles goes for naught.
Couple scary moments, those loose pucks that I talked about earlier, but they stayed out, they stayed in the paint. This side of the red line, make it 5-2 for the Wildcats. What a period, what a comeback. Wow, this building was buzzing.
5 goals for the Wildcats here in the second period. Eagles still not out of this game. They played some good hockey tonight, but they're going to have to play better in the third period than they did the second. A penalty shot gets wiped away by 5. That's right, 5 goals from the Wildcats as they establish a 3-goal lead heading into the third period. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll step aside here for the second intermission. We'll be back in about 12 minutes here on ETV.
I do have a dog. Her name is Maya. She's a super energetic boxer. But at the fire station, we have Sparky. Sparky's used for our fire prevention events. He'll teach you how to stay safe. Thanks, Sparky.
How do wildfires start?
Wildfires normally start when the weather's hot and dry. Wildfires can start for various reasons. Some of them are natural, like a lightning strike. Sometimes in Eagan, we have wildfires start from trains causing a spark and hitting dry grass. Unfortunately, most of the time wildfires are caused by humans, and that's from leaving a campfire improperly attended or from somebody throwing something out of a car window. Some of the stuff we use to put out wildfire are our brush truck, our brush brooms, and our brush water packs that we can actually carry around into deep areas and spray the wildfires and put them out.
I built programming for kids to learn about design and incorporate things like Lego parts in their building and design projects. Fast forward to today, it's 17 years later. We have a wonderful partnership with the Lego store at the Mall of America. We have a partnership with the University of Minnesota's Architecture and Design School. We've also partnered with the Eagan Foundation to create projects like this right here.
I got a phone call from Brian Kelly with young Lego builders and designers about 2 years ago, and he was looking to do some Lego programming in Eagan. His model didn't quite fit in with our community grants program, but we talked and we figured out a way that we could help buy Legos, and then Brian could find other support for the rest of the programming.
It's important for me to work with youth because I really want to see them excel in the future. I think teaching and building career exploration around youth is vital. It's vital to the future of our country. It's vital to the future of our world.
Programs that work with youth are important for so many different reasons. To connect young people with other youth that they might not go to school with. Brian is working with Artworks. I think they might be displaying this beautiful piece of art that these kiddos are created. So we're really excited to partner with Brian on this.
How far does the water shoot out of the hose?
That's a great question. How far we can spray the water depends on a few things. The size of the hose that we're using, the nozzle, and the pressure that we're pushing the water out the hose. We also have nozzles that are attached to the fire truck and are top of our 100-foot ladder, so we're able to spray water really far and really high. The hand line, the hose line that you see us holding in our hands, can spray easily to the top of your house and even over the house.
How many fires have you put out in a year?
Luckily, in Eagan, we don't have too many fires because of people like you learning about fire prevention and how to be safe. So we only have about 5 to 7 house fires a year. However, we also respond to other fires like dumpster fires, car fires, and brush fires, which can be about 80 a year. On top of our fire calls, we're responding to medical calls as we're all EMTs too. So we're responding to every medical call within the city.
And we're back after the second intermission. Wow, Wildcats 5, Apple Valley Burnsville Eagles 2. Nate, it was a different story after the first period, but the Wildcats erupted with 5 goals in that period and gave up 1 goal on the penalty shot to Apple Valley. Say, Eagan Television is hiring. We're looking for video professionals who love communicating, live TV, and doing it all on a deadline. As a production crew member, you'll be part of a team creating live broadcasts of high school sports, city meetings, and other community events. You'll also shoot, write, and edit videos for our cable channels and social media. Visit cityofeagan.com/jobs to learn more and apply to be part of the ETV team.
Along with ETV hiring, of course, Todd, make sure, as I mentioned earlier, you subscribe to the ETV YouTube channel, as not only will you get great content like you're seeing here tonight, but you'll also have an archive of all sorts of content going back several seasons, and so you can watch the last time these teams played last year. You can watch football, sports, all sorts of fine arts activities, as well as public meetings and things like that. So definitely you want to subscribe there and make sure you're getting that content on your YouTube app. And the Eagles are just about to take the ice. The Wildcats are also, as I can see on the far end of the ice, coming onto the ice. And we had some highlights in this second period. Starting first of all off the faceoff, this is Riley Paulus solving Gilmore on the far side. And then Granning's penalty shot, beating Glide.
Glide tried to do the sweep check there, just a bit missed on it, but I like his proactive approach to it.
Big goal there by Clark.
There's that one that rung off the crossbar.
Off the crossbar, and then there's a deflection for Eddie Moore.
It could be a game of inches for sure.
There's a cross creaser to Glide, and then finally, watch Murray shoot, rebound, shoot, score.
Follow your shots, right?
That's right.
He got
and
two
then there,
second chances.
Oh, we got punches being thrown. Oh boy, that's the best shot I've seen all night of the punches being thrown. Not sure how. I agree with you now, Todd. I mean, I'm sure how Arndt stays on the ice, throwing punches at someone's head.
It could be with so much happening there that the officials just decided, you know what, we'll cut it off at the difference. We'll call it 2 minutes. Although when you're ripping a helmet off, that my goodness, I think Arndt has to feel a little bit fortunate that he's still in this game.
Well, in any event, the Wildcats enjoy a 3-goal lead heading into the third period, outshooting the Eagles 23-19. In that second period, shots got really, really lopsided. 17 to 7, I believe, if I'm counting correctly.
Yeah, I think I got it like 7 or 8, or excuse me, 17 to 8 or 9. It was about double after one in favor of the Eagles, and we flipped the switch on that one. Did the Wildcats in the second period? You know, Nate, Wildcats had scored 5 goals in a game only once this year, and they just got 5 goals in a period. How about that?
And the icing here against the Wildcats as the Paulus, Kerr, and O'Leary line is out for the Wildcats. Defenders are Murray and Jensen. It's the Arndt, Ranning, and Wells line for the Eagles, with Lind and Sieben at the points. Oh, ran off the post and it's back in.
Well, that's what the Apple Valley Burnsville Eagles needed. They needed something quick, and they were there for a rebound. That, not a rebound off the shot so much as a rebound off the post. And the first one there, the only one there, really.
And Sam Arndt doing a nice job of getting that off the rebound. Or see what happens here. I think this puck comes actually off.
I thought it got the post, and
it did come off the post, and then it fell for Ranning, and Ranning slammed it home. So good start for the Eagles.
And actually, probably fortunate for the Eagles that it did that, because off a pad, you're able to kick it out there, get a little more spring, a little more bounce off it. Off that pipe, it kind of died right on his stick, and it was a pretty easy goal for Arndt.
Wildcats holding it now in the Eagles' end. Goyle line out for the Wildcats as Martin pitches in. Can't find Gilmore. Here's an opportunity, and he scores! Isaac Martin scores for the Wildcats as Gilmore was on one side of the crease and could not pack up his bags and move to the other side. And our producers are saying that's Isaac Martin's first varsity goal. Congratulations, Isaac Martin. That's one happy young man.
Get that puck and $100 from the family for extracurriculars. Money they'll be glad to spend.
A great individual effort by Isaac Martin, and also what a great way to recover. Giving up a goal to the Eagles, you're feeling like, okay, is this what's going to happen here? Are we in a situation where we're going to start giving up more? Are we going to be discombobulated? And Isaac Martin says, not today, not on my watch.
Absolutely, and again, following his shot, just like we saw before with Murray's goal earlier in the second period, actually, and great individual effort.
11, Eli Wells. Art from Wells at 18 seconds of the third. Scoring for the Wildcats, unassisted, number 12, Henry Martin at 50 seconds of the third.
Proud parents, Patty and Phil Martin, no doubt. Of course, Isaac's older brother, not sure if he'd be watching tonight. Henry, a former Wildcat himself. Fun to watch.
Ori back for it, tries a long pass across multiple sticks, looking for Gley, but the Eagles come out with it. And as we said, the Eagles looked like they had an answer there for the Wildcats as Martin goes down back behind his own cage. The Wildcats were able to answer. Eagles are now again looking for a spark. And it falls that time for Narog at the point, and he fires it in on Gley, who
scoring correction.
Knocks that
scoring
down.
For the Wildcats, number 12, Isaac Martin. Isaac Martin unassisted at 50 seconds of the third.
There we go, credit where it's due. Nate, always nice when you get that goal before the previous goal was even announced.
Wildcats battling it behind the net there, and finally out. Ori with it. He's got a head of steam. He's going to bring it over into the offensive zone. He's got Lockenmeyer and Clark in the crease. Looks for Clark. Goes flipping up in the air. Unable to hold that in is Nichols as he's going to chip it back in. And the Cats will touch up.
I really liked what Ori did there. He was on his backhand looking for potentially a chance to put it on his forehand. Instead, he tried to get it to Clark on the pass, and it almost connected.
Here's a big opportunity for Lockenmeyer on his backhand, and gets deflected up high into the netting. Some pushing and shoving back there behind, but Lockenmeyer did not really have a clean break. He had defenders all over his shoulders. But just steering that on goal, a nice effort.
Not sure what kind of jawing is going on there with Sieben, perhaps some frustration. You know what the Wildcats are going to do in that situation. They'll just stay one word, scoreboard.
Comes to the point, Murray fires it around, looking for Kerr. Murray again battling. Nice job there by Liam Hull, number 13. Check it, that was Cole Sieben, 23 for the Eagles. Kerr looking for it again. He's going to lose his skates and lose an edge and go flying into the cage.
Nice attempt by Cullen O'Leary to get that to Kerr just a bit out of his range, but setting up that previously was a nice back checking by Lance Murray to stop an opportunity and turn it into a rush the other way.
Reminder that these Wildcats will be playing on the 7th of February against Lakeville South at Lakeville South. And of course the Apple Valley Burnsville Eagles are going to be playing against Farmington also on the 7th. Good tickets still available for both contests. Tonight's paid attendance here at the Eagan Civic Arena, 16,472.
Give or take.
The Wildcats move it forward. Gley. Oh, Goyle took a bump there. I don't know why that's not interference, but It'd be soft if it was. Jensen's going to retreat into his own end. He's going to look. It's going to go for icing. So we've got the senior line out. We've got Goyle, Gerard, and Glye.
Well, it's a good night to put the bunch of pucks in the net. Actually, 10 goals in the last 2 games for the Wildcats as they go to Lakeville South, as you mentioned, coming up soon. It's last time out, only 12 shots on goal against the Prowlers or Panthers. Cougars. Thank you. When they're merged for the Youth Hockey Association, that's when I get confused. You got the Panthers in the north, and then they're Prowlers when they're combined.
Kept in smartly that time by Glye. Gerard in the corner. Gerard finds Goyle. Goyle plays hot potato with Gerard. Didn't quite snag that. Now back to Gerard. Fires through the crease. Oh, I think Goyle was looking at the goal and surprised him where it wasn't his stick. Play become a little bit choppy here in the third period, which suits the Wildcats as long as the chop is on the other end of the ice. It's a wraparound attempt by Hacek. Nicholson's going to go back for it. It's going to fire off the side of the cage. Puck's going to find its way to outside the net. And a big rub there from Goyle before the whistle. And so we'll have a face-off at neutral ice. I'll give a shout out to our award-winning ETV crew. It's producing is Josh Sibley, directing Joe Chupik. Replay and audio is Ken Trainer. Graphics Nick Mudd with Tim Shin-Yin and Savina Cisneros and Sarah Paulus on camera. Thank you very much for making us look and sound so good here on ETV. Best production anywhere in the state of Minnesota. Lockenmeyer battling there with one of the Eagles. Finds his way to the ice, but plays it from his knees. Nicely done by Danny Lockenmeyer. Big brother Alex will be proud of that. It's an opportunity for the Eagles as they knife in. That's Cole Sieben really jumping into the play. He's a defenseman, but he is spending a lot of time jumping into the play as Martin sniffing a brace. He sends it in on Gilmore.
Martin took that all the way on his own. A.J. Clark was setting up for a pass at the blue line, but I actually like the way Martin decided to take that all the way in because I think it would have been a tight pass to try to get that to A.J. Instead, he saw the opening and was able to get the puck deep.
Well, we're going to say the same thing here that we said, in the last game against Duluth Marshall in that third period. Be smart. Make the fundamental play. Make the smart fundamental play. When the puck's on your stick in the defensive zone, it gets out. When it's on the offensive zone, it's a firm pass to one of your teammates.
Right. You don't want a long pass intercepted to create an odd man rush or worse, going back the other way.
Aren't battling Nichols there. Nichols gets the better of him, although he's not able to get it out. Now it's chipped ahead for O'Leary. O'Leary smartly brings it up the ice. He's going to backhand that in, and he and Paulus will chase as Lind goes deep for the Eagles as everybody's bodies go flying. And I think we've got Paulus down behind the net. There's a big collision, shouldn't say collision, but a collision between Paulus and the boards. Nothing in that. Lind, wasn't a penalty, it wasn't a cheap shot or anything like that. Just two players going hard into the boards. I'm hoping Paulus is okay. One of the things that the Wildcats, talking to Coach Todd Carlson before the game, one of the things the Wildcats have enjoyed here late in this season is a good run of health. Mm-hmm. Lots of on the varsity team anyway. The junior varsity is another story, I'm told. A number of serious injuries on that team. Unfortunate for those players certainly, but on the varsity team anyway, fairly healthy. Not a lot of players missing time. And hopefully here this is just a situation where Isaac Martin's either lost his air, has the air knocked out of him, or he's...
I think you're right the first time. I think that is Riley Paulus there.
Did I say Isaac Martin? I meant Riley Paulus. I'm sorry. Paulus is holding his arm like maybe he's got a stinger in the arm or on the shoulder. My guess is
nothing more than
hopefully
that.
nothing more than that. All right, we'll see the replay here. And again, you're going to see on the left side of your screen, Paulus goes in hard, had his arm extended, took a hard hit on the left shoulder. It's going to sting. Hopefully it's just that.
Yeah, those are the kind of hits that could lead to a separation.
Yep.
Or just a dislocation. Hopefully nothing more than a hard funny bone.
Yeah, Paulus is going back to the locker room. I imagine we will not see him the rest of the night. And Galai covers that up, and we're going to have a face-off deep in the defensive zone for the Wildcats. Credit to these Eagles. They're not going away. They're still working hard as the Arndt, Ranning, and Hull line is out. Wells, I keep calling Wells Hull. I don't know why, but Wells is out. There's an opportunity for Gerard. Gerard's going to try to square that away. Gets control of it. He's got a 3-on-2, but instead it's the Eagles the other way. Clearance off the stanchion does not go out, and now the Eagles will have a 3-on-2. Arndt fires it across. And it's shot high and wide. Goyle lets Arndt know that he didn't appreciate losing his helmet in the first, and there's a slash.
He broke his own stick on the slash.
He broke his own stick, slashing an opponent, and there's no call.
I don't think it should matter whose stick breaks. If you slash hard enough for a stick to break, play goes on.
I am utterly confused as to why an official did not raise his arms there, but in any event, we play on.
Perhaps a $300 bill for a new stick is punishment enough, but yeah,
no,
I'm surprised.
No, I don't think so. That's the second time Arndt's survived by the grace of the hockey gods. And I get it. He's frustrated. I get it, but that's not. It's still a penalty. And now Gus Glide is going to go for a hit from behind, or from either a cross check or a hit from behind on. That's 23. That's Cole Sieben.
We've still got the evidence there. AJ is pointing it out. He's saying, look at this shrapnel. That didn't get here by itself.
Let's see if we can pick up on this replay. Maybe we'll see what happened here. Maybe we won't, but yeah, I mean, Goyle gets slashed hard enough that Arndt breaks his stick. Breaks his stick on the other player, and there's no call. I don't quite understand that one, I have to admit. Well, move it, and we play on anyway. In any event, Gus Glide in the penalty box for a cross check or for a rough. I'm not sure which.
Minor penalty has been assessed to the Wildcats. Number 27, Gus Glide, 2 minutes for interference.
Interference.
Number
okay.
27, Glide, 2 minutes for interference at
Wildcats will try to kill off this penalty.
Well, an important one for sure. We don't want to get this down to a 2-goal lead.
Opportunity there for the Eagles.
Loose pucks, very important. Good job, Nichols, to clear it.
Pucks are going to go high and wide, give the Wildcats a chance to change if they want to, but they won't. The Eagles likewise not putting any fresh bodies out there in the first 30 seconds of this penalty. Clark's going to try to kill this one off. Benolkin, Lind, over to Sieben. Playing catch behind the net, trying to set things up. Glide is able to keep it off. Interestingly enough, Todd, the Wildcats had 5 forwards on their power play. The Eagles have 3 defensemen.
Interesting why they're deciding to go with that. I suppose for crisper passes, guys with experience, quarterbacking plays, perhaps.
Big tie-up back there by, it looks like Murray. It does find its way to Arndt. Arndt's cross crease finds Clark's stick. Clark's going to do what he can to get that out. Almost does. Now here's an opportunity. Eagle goes sprawling. Sieben fell over Arndt's stick. The puck goes the other way. Now Ranning's going to see if he can add to his brace. He's got 2 tonight for the Eagles. Going to try to solve Glide. Glide says you're going to have to try harder than that.
Eagan, full strength.
Glide gave him absolutely nothing on that shot.
Played to center ice, and the Eagan Wildcats, as you heard public address announcer Nick Johnson, they are at full strength. Now the Wildcats just need to make those crisp, fundamental passes. Smart with the puck, safe with the puck. They don't need to score more goals. They just need to play good defense. As Ori slices to the middle, backhand up over the top of Gilmore.
Nice toe drag by Ori, gave himself a chance. Got good stick. A little too much height on the backhand.
Goyle, Gerard, Gley back out. Here's the slot to the slot for Gley. He's got 1 goal tonight. Goyle and Gerard would love to add their names to the scoring list. Ori at the point. He's going to slide it towards goal. Oh, it's deflected up, and it's in the net. Ben Gerard, welcome to the score sheet, and it's 7-3 for the Wildcats.
Wildcats kill off the power play, come back with a goal right after. I don't know, that puck might have been trickling towards the goal line anyway, but you don't want to take any chances. Ben Gerard right there to bang it home on the forehand.
Ori from the point. It's deflected by Goyle. Gets in behind Gilmore. Watch this. Well, we'll get the replay at some point here, but nice goal there by Ben Gerard, and now it's a 4-goal lead.
Scoring for the Wildcats, number 17, Ben Gerard. Assist to number 2, Keaton Ori, and number 21, Gavin Goyle. Gerard from Ori and Goyle at 10:44 of the third.
Officially now the Wildcats with 7 goals. That is the highest scoring output they've had all season. Now the Wildcats need to be very careful, make sure that they don't take any stupid penalties, do anything that's going to get them in trouble. It's a great outlet pass to Hudson Kerr. Kerr looking for Robbins. Robbins has an opportunity. Oh, Kerr with an opportunity. It just could not steer it up and over Gilmore. Gilmore was down and Kerr could not convert. So close.
And Gilmore hadn't quite seen it yet. Didn't quite have the pad out for it yet, but just in the nick of time before Kerr could lift it or knock it past him.
Great effort by Kerr to set that up. It's just unfortunate for him that he wasn't able to cash in. Here's Keaton Ori with a lot of speed. Goes around Lind. Loses the puck, now gets it back. Looks for one of his teammates across. There was Clark with Moore. Puck comes ahead for Ori, and it's sent around by Gilmore. And that's going to go for icing. As the Wildcats with 4:47 to go. Todd, are they? I'll take a look at the replay of the last goal, see if we can really pick it out here and see what happened. There's a shot from the point. It's deflected by 21. That's Goyle, and then Gerard cleans up the garbage. Yeah, smile, young man.
Not sure what that styling move was, as if to pull his hair over his head after the goal.
We'll have to talk to him about that on senior day. Lockenmeyer whiff.
Just a subtle way to celebrate. Styling.
Well, subtlety is often lost on in the rink, but it's popped up there looking for Clark. And the Eagles have 3-on-2 coming the other way. Attempt to tie him up there as Goyle's going to get. Oh, another
punch thrown.
Another punch thrown. How in the world? How in the world? I don't know. Now, they've got to call something here. I mean, if you want to call matching minors on something else, that's fine. But you got another Eagle. Watch this replay, folks.
I believe that was 13 Hall that's going to throw the punch after the whistle was blown.
So watch the center of your screen. Yeah, 13 hits, Danny Lockenmeyer in the head. And again, these referees are in danger with 4:15 left of absolutely losing control of this game. And we're going to have kids getting hurt, and we're going to have guys out of it. As Gus Gley just about sprung on a breakaway off the faceoff. That was a nice play by the Wildcats. Oh, Gabe Gley caught out. Nice job that time by Gerard to keep it out of the net.
Very unfortunate. Gley doing the right thing trying to play that, but it just took an awful bounce off the boards. Not even a stanchion, but off the actual boards.
Cutting to the middle was Gley. I got to tell you, Todd, the next time there's a pileup in front of the net, it's going to get ugly, and it's going to get ugly because the referees are missing. Okay, you're not going to call Arndt earlier in the game, fine, but you got to get Hull late in the game, right? I mean, you put him in the box. You at least have, even if it's for roughing.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Even if it's roughing, you calm everyone down and just get nervous here because I don't want anybody on either team to get hurt.
And it wasn't the kind of, pushing and shoving that goes on.
Nope.
That was
a full-on punch to the head. Yep.
I'd almost even call that an uppercut. Now contact would look to be to the head of O'Leary as he went down.
Again, these two teams setting up for section play. It's a big win for the Wildcats, no question, in terms of section seeding. Bly could have played that with a little more authority. The Eagles come up with it. As check it, that's Schreiber. Loses control of it over there, but it comes back now to the Wildcats. That's Nichols who's going to flip it towards Schreiber. Nichols is going to send that forward. Must not have touched. I thought maybe either Clark or the Eagle player had touched that puck, but the tapping we heard may have been their sticks coming together.
Right. I think that's probably what it was. The official right on it, of course. Just everyone stay healthy is what I'm hoping for right here.
More Lockenmeyer and Clark out there for the Wildcats, the junior green line as it's known. High and hard by Martin, out. It's going to go for icing. Not go for icing. Icing's waved off. Eagles surprised, Wildcats surprised, and now puck's going to find its way down into the Wildcat end as Ori goes and claims it. Finds Clark. Clark and Ori almost collide. Ori stays on his skates. He's got a 2-on-1. Lockenmeyer wasn't ready for that one. And now he's going to have to come back and throw a big hit. Nicely done by Danny Lockenmeyer. He loses possession and then comes back, makes the defensive play, puts a body on somebody. That's how you make up for it not working out on the offensive end.
And that's a two-way player. You're right. I think he was expecting Ori to try to take it deep. Was caught a little by surprise, but just went the other way defensively. Threw the body into the board, playing till the final whistle or buzzer.
1:40 to go here in the game. 7-3. If the Wildcats manage to score another goal, Todd, we'd be in running time.
What's that?
Can you believe that? Well,
it's been a while.
No, we've seen running time before from time to time here at the Eagan Civic Arena, but it's
against.
Yeah, I was going to say usually when we're down by 5 goals. So.
Don't mean to finish your sentences for you, but I finally caught on to where you're going with that.
Yep. An opportunity for Mahaj again. Check it, that was Kreutzmann. Glai again. Solid there. He's seen 27 shots. He's got 24 saves. Schreiber battling, Kerr battling. Hudson Kerr getting rubbed down there by Sieben.
Out there with Robbins again for the second time tonight that I recall.
Opportunity for the Wildcats to see this out in style. Now less than 30 seconds to go in the game. Jensen, Schreiber, Nichols, now Robbins. Brock Prong out there for a shift. Good job, Briley. Nichols with an opportunity. He's gonna go try to go top. Almost solved Gilmore. Nice job by Christian Nichols. And that will do it. The Eagan Wildcats, after a first period where they gave up a goal, were down by a goal, scored to even the game out, then conceded a penalty shot, ripped off 4 unanswered goals to take a big lead. And they finished the game at 7-3.
Scoring for the Eagles at 18
out shooting
seconds.
the Eagles
Number 19,
30-27.
Single assist to number 11, Eli
Todd,
Wells.
what a performance by these
Scoring for the
Wildcats.
Wildcats at 50
Well, I'll
seconds.
tell you what, they,
number 12,
for once,
Isaac Martin.
really looked like
Scoring for
the
the Wildcats at
overpowering team
10:44,
after the end of the first
17,
period.
Ben Gerard.
Not against a Class A
Assists to
team,
number 2,
non-conference
Keith Norrie, and
team,
number
a
21,
team that actually
Gavin
beat them
Goyle.
earlier this year.
One
So it was
penalty
sweet
in the
revenge,
period
but
to the
we did
Wildcats,
more than
number
win the game. I think
27,
we really
Gus
made a
Clyde, 2 minutes
good,
for
strong
interference.
statement here tonight.
Shots on goal in the third.
Well,
for Apple
obviously they
Valley,
must have
8,
had
a
some
three-period
made-up
total
mojo
of
as they
27.
take care
And
of
for
the
Wildcats,
Eagles
7, a
7-3. Thank
three-period
you
total
to
of
everybody
30.
here on ETV.
Final score.
We mentioned the crew earlier, an award-winning staff. We do a great job here at ETV, and we'll be sure to join us on our next broadcast as we take a look at a few of the highlights here tonight from the Eagan Civic Arena. Lots of bodies flying all over the place. We've had a little bit of controversy. We had a lot of goal scoring, and fortunately, if you're an Eagan fan, we had a lot of goal scoring by the guys in white and blue. Ranning opened the scoring, nicely done that time. Everybody enjoying Eagan Civic Arena's various amenities. And Riley Paulus with his second goal of the season. Unfortunately, Paulus had to leave injured in the third period, and we'll have to check on him as Ranning gets his brace.
Yeah, we hope he's doing all right. You know, finally got his goal, and then back-to-back nights, he's a scoring machine now. We hope he can be back for the next game against Lakeville South.
Opportunities there by Moore, Clark. Gus Gley says, you know what, I think I'll take some of that, please. And then an opportunity for Murray again, battling. Look at that.
Murray, and I think you'll see perhaps Isaac Martin coming up
Quite
doing the same thing, following up his shot.
And we'll leave with that comment. We're going to leave that one alone. But in any event, the puck finds its way behind Gley one more time, but then responding, Mr. Martin to make it 6-3. And then finally, Ben Gerard caps it at 7-3. Really balanced scoring for the Wildcats. I mean, Todd, the Wildcats had 1, 2, 3. They had 7 goals. They had 7 different guys scoring tonight. That is balanced scoring, Todd.
A balanced attack. You know, in other games we say it's a balanced attack. They get 2 goals out of 2 players, but putting 7 up on the board and 7 different players. Good time to do that is right now, but we're going to need it coming up against South.
Well, big opportunities await for these Wildcats. Big win against the Apple Valley Burnsville Eagles. Thank you very much for joining us tonight here from the Eagan Civic Arena, where we have a final score of 7-3, favor of the Eagan Wildcats over the Apple Valley Eagles. And we'll see you next time here on ETV.